Tonight, dear viewers, we journey to a forgotten village deep in the European wilderness, a place swallowed by shadows and ruled by fear. In this cursed land, a group of unlikely souls will collide in a battle against unspeakable evil, and not all will survive. Leon S. Kennedy, the relentless hero. Leon S. Kennedy, the sharp-jawed agent with eyes full of determination, was sent to rescue Ashley Graham, the president's daughter. Armed with little more than his wits and a loaded pistol, Leon stepped into the foggy village square, unaware that the people here had already sold their souls to something darker. Brave, unyielding, Leon would face horrors beyond imagination, mutated villagers, ancient cults, and monsters that defied science. But nothing could shake his resolve to save Ashley and escape this living nightmare. Ashley Graham, the innocent light. Ashley Graham, wide-eyed and trembling, was the prize in the deadly game. Kidnapped, isolated, and surrounded by madness, she clung to hope with every fragile breath. But hope came in the form of Leon Kennedy, a stranger turned savior. Together, they navigated crumbling castles and darkened forests, their bond forged in the crucible of terror. But would hope be enough to outlast the darkness? Osmond Sadler, the Mad Prophet. In the shadow of towering scaffolds and beneath the flicker of pale torchlight stood Lord Sadler, the mastermind, the Mad Prophet, the voice of Las Plagas. His cold smile and hypnotic staff commanded loyalty from monstrous followers. He whispered promises of power, immortality, and a new world order. But behind those hollow eyes lay only hunger for domination and decay. Sadler was not a man. He was a sickness wearing human skin. Ramon Salazar, the twisted noble, high within the rotting grandeur of his ancestral castle, stood Ramon Salazar, a diminutive tyrant with an oversized ego and a heart drowned in cruelty. Draped in velvet and powdered wigs, Salazar welcomed Leon with mockery and traps at every corner. But beneath his aristocratic facade writhed something vile, something ancient, proof that power had rotted his soul long before the parasite claimed his body. Luis Serra, the reluctant scientist, in the flickering light of an underground lab, Luis Serra worked against time and terror. Once a researcher for the enemy, Luis carried the burden of his sins and the knowledge to stop the plague ravaging the land. Quick-witted, charming, and haunted by regret, Luis walked a dangerous line between redemption and doom. But not every hero gets to see the sunrise. Chief Vittoris Mendez, the enforcer. Towering like a dark tree against the foggy skyline stood Chief Vittoris Mendez, the village enforcer. His trench coat flapped in the cold wind as his piercing eyes burned into Leon's soul. Once a man of the cloth, Mendez had become a monster of the plagas, a living wall of muscle and rage. His allegiance to Sadler was ironclad, and his grip on the village was unbreakable, until Leon came knocking. Jack Krauser, the fallen soldier, once a brother in arms, Jack Krauser now stood as Leon's deadliest rival. Muscles carved from stone, a knife glinting in his grip, and betrayal burning in his eyes. Krauser had traded loyalty for power, flesh for mutation, and friendship for dominance. But revenge has sharp edges, and every cut brings blood. Ada Wong, the femme fatale. From the shadows emerged Ada Wong, mysterious, sharp-witted, and draped in crimson silk. Her motives were cloaked in secrecy, her allegiances unclear. One moment she was Leon's savior, the next his saboteur. Ada was a ghost in the night, leaving only questions and faint perfume lingering in her wake. But behind those enigmatic eyes lay a purpose only she understood. In the end, the village burned. Sadler's empire crumbled to ash. Heroes rose, villains fell, and the air was thick with smoke and sorrow. Leon and Ashley walked away from the inferno, but the scars, oh dear viewers, the scars remained. Separate Ways, Ada's story. But what if I told you, dear viewers, that behind the fog and flickering lanterns, another tale unfolded? A tale of shadows, secrets, and survival. This is Ada Wong's Separate Ways. The beginning of deception, as Leon charged through the village in search of Ashley, Ada Wong moved like a whisper through the same cursed land. Tasked by Albert Wesker, her shadowy benefactor, Ada's mission was clear: retrieve a sample of the dominant Plaga parasite. But in this twisted world, nothing is ever that simple. Luis Serra, the scientist's redemption. In the depths of a damp laboratory, Ada found Luis Serra, a scientist with too many regrets and too little time. Luis had one goal: to undo the damage he had helped create. Their paths crossed in fleeting moments, exchanging information and uneasy alliances. Luis handed Ada a crucial vial, whispering, This could save us all. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands." But as fate would have it, their time was cut short. Between the roaring flames and crashing ruins of Sadler's empire, Ada and Leon crossed paths again and again, one with a pistol drawn, the other with a smirk. Yet despite the layers of deception, a silent understanding lingered between them. Leon knew Ada was playing her own game, and Ada knew Leon would never stop until Ashley was safe. The merchant, a curious ally from behind dusty stalls piled with bizarre wares, the mysterious merchant became Ada's quiet confidant. "Over here, stranger," he'd croak, offering tools, weapons, and riddles wrapped in gravelly words. Though shrouded in mystery, he always seemed to know where Ada needed to be next. Wesker's shadow. Throughout her mission, the looming voice of Albert Wesker crackled over Ada's communicator. "Time is running out, Ada. Bring me the sample and don't disappoint me." But Ada knew Wesker's vision for the Plaga was nothing short of catastrophic. In the climactic finale, Ada secured the parasite sample after a harrowing confrontation with Sadler. As the island crumbled and explosions lit the sky, Ada escaped on a helicopter, leaving Leon and Ashley in her wake. With the vial in hand and the weight of countless lives on her shoulders, Ada glanced at the horizon. The radio crackled once more. Mission complete. But for whom, Ada? For whom? In the fog of mystery and the fire of chaos, heroes rose, monsters fell, and secrets slipped away into the night. But the story of Los Illuminados will live on, in shadow, in fear, and in whispered legends. This was Resident Evil 4, the horror of Los Illuminados.